Sawadee Cup. What's happening, everybody? Tuesday morning. Man, I've had a rough 3 days. The last 3 days have been rough. I went on Friday, streamed on Friday, and went to the Mae Klong railway station. Then I went to the temple, and it took a while to get back, but I got back all right. Everything was fine. But I get back, man, I'm just dizzy. And I'm thinking, why am I so dizzy? I mean, I could barely hold on to the back of the motorcycle. And, I did. I get home, and I just flopped down on the sofa. I was out. I was asleep. And, let's see, that was Friday afternoon. Friday afternoon, Saturday, and Sunday, I just slept. I don't know why. I just was dizzy and I was sleeping. I'm still a little bit dizzy right now, but I'm not that bad. I can walk around, I can get around, but like the first 3 days, I didn't do anything. I didn't go anywhere, didn't do anything, and I don't know why. Maybe I thought it was heat stroke. Then I thought, oh, maybe it's food poisoning. I wasn't sure. I'm still not sure. So I may have to go to the doctor soon and get checked up. I don't know. But I haven't been feeling very good. That's how it goes. But I had a good time on Friday. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm making some video footage of the train and also of the temple and some other things. So stay tuned for that. But on Sunday, I did manage to turn the TV on and just lay there on the sofa watching UFC, which was pretty good. I was looking forward to that. Anyway, today we're going to go over the news. There's quite a bit of news coming out of Thailand now. The good news is that supposedly, if you believe what Thailand is stating, CASHAPP Research Center, 36 million foreign tourists are estimated to be coming to Thailand this year. And this is based on 6.4 million foreign tourists recorded in the first 2 months of this year, a 50% jump year on year. The number of visitors from certain countries has already bounced back to the 2019 pre-COVID level. These include visitors from Malaysia, Russia, South Korea, India, Germany, France, Saudi Arabia, and Indonesia. Which, that's very good. Obviously, Thailand and China have waived their visa requirements, and I've seen a lot of Chinese. I see a lot of Burmese here, all over in this area and everywhere, pretty much. I see a lot of Burmese. But I've also seen lots of Chinese. And when I was out there in Samut Songkram the other day, lots and lots of Chinese, a few Koreans, a few Japanese, but early in the morning there was just tour group after tour group of Chinese tourists. Now, the other thing, let's see here, you're supposed to have more flight routes from China, Japan, South Korea, and Scandinavian countries throughout the year from both normal and low-cost airlines. Now, what it says, though, there's also a thing here that says tourists are increasing their spending in Thailand despite soaring airfares. Apparently, the Tourism Authority of Thailand did a survey from about 30,000 people, and there was a significant uptick in the expenditure per trip, and the average spending for people that were here is 50,900 baht. A substantial portion of this sum, averaging 23,518 baht per trip, was allocated to accommodation costs, underscoring a preference for lavish stays. So, 50,900 is the average when people are coming here that they're spending. Yeah, I'm a little better. I'm good enough to stream. I'm not really good enough to go out and, you know, run around or anything like that, but I feel good enough to stream. Good morning everybody. I didn't eat the first 2 days. I just had like some bread, that was about it. And now I'm starting to eat better. Hey carnivore, how's it going? You must be counting the days. All right. Now I can tell you, I'll do this stream, and then by the time, you know, I don't know if I'll get anything from the grocery today. I'm pretty much stocked up. But by the time I get home, I'll be exhausted. I'll be really tired. I'll just lay down on the sofa. And I have some editing to do, so I'll do some editing, then I'll go, oh, I'm a little tired, I just better lay down, and I'll lay down. That's how I feel. I have no energy. Very little energy. So I'm hoping I get that back this week. You know, maybe I got the flu, I don't know. Maybe I've had the flu, I just don't know. I don't know what it is, which is why I need to go to the doctor. But I hate to go to the doctor. I hate going to doctors. I hate hospitals. I don't like them. So there's that. If I really enjoyed going to hospitals and I was a hypochondriac and I had to be seen, I would love it, but I don't. Because I always feel like I'm pissing away money. If they say, oh, we're gonna put you in the hospital, let us put an IV in you. Okay, they put an IV in me and that's all they put an IV and they give me some antibiotics or whatever. Then I'm sitting there for 3 days. And I'm like, I could do this at home. What do I need them for? I could lay on the sofa myself. I could lay in bed myself, you know? So I'm always hesitant. And I shouldn't be, I know, but what can I say? All right, so we got those 36 million tourists. And people are spending more, like I said. The average spending on food and beverage has dipped to 4,094 baht from 5,875 baht in 2019. I don't know how that's happened. Cafe hopping, thank you, has emerged as a burgeoning trend, adding a new dimension to tourism experiences. Analysis of spending patterns across nationalities revealed tourists from the Middle East leading the pack in expenditure, trailed closely by visitors from Oceania, the US, and Europe. Yeah, we know this. They're going for wellness and business entrepreneurs, and you know, I hate to say it, but it's all about the money. So if you're coming to Thailand, the reason they're smiling at you and loving you so much is because you're giving them your money. And they know that, and they're smart about it. And you know, I've been looking through the video footage from the Mea Klong, because I got a lot of footage from there. And I've been thinking about why all the tourists are there, because it's just one little strip. That's all it is. It's one little strip of a track where there's a market, you know. Hey Sammy, I saw you were sick. I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, my wife immediately said to me, you need to go to the doctor. And I said, if I don't feel better by tomorrow, I'll go. The next day I didn't feel better, and I go, if I don't feel better by tomorrow, I'll go. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Sam, I was very, very dizzy. I mean, dizzy to the point where I'm walking, I had to hold myself up. I'm not bullshitting about that. I was walking in from the boat on my way home, and I had to hold on to the wall, like put my hand on the wall and hold myself so I wouldn't fall over, because I was so dizzy. I didn't know what the hell was going on. Then I get on the back of the motorcycle and I feel like, oh shit, I'm gonna fall off. I had to hold on tight, so, you know, just to make sure I didn't fall over. That kind of stuff doesn't happen to me very often. I mean, I haven't got sick since my gallbladder surgery. That was the last time. That's 5 years ago, something like that. Well, I did think, oh, I wonder if it's corona. I've already had 3 shots, and I just don't think it is. You know, I just don't think it's the corona. I don't know. Call me a pessimist. All right, let's get to something else here. What did I do here? Did I hit this? Yes. All right, what is this? All right, now one of these polls has come out again. One of these polls. And let me see which one this is. HCA Mag. Let me see if it tells me who the. Well, the top 10 cities for 8 expats moving to Asia in 2024. Let me tell you what they are. But first, I got a message in the comments recently, like in the last, I don't know, 12 hours or so. Oh, you know, there is no such thing as an expat or something like that. You're an immigrant. Or listen, there is a difference. I hate to tell you guys this. There's a difference between an expat and an immigrant. I am an immigrant. I don't mind saying that. I'm an immigrant. I moved here, and I plan on living here permanently. I may not live here full-time permanently, but I moved here permanently. That is an immigrant. You decide, I'm going to live there forever. If I go back to the States, it's to go visit. An immigrant is somebody who works here or comes here for a job. They come here because they want to see what life is like here. They spend a couple of years here. Or, you know, people who are just these global nomad people. They come here and they say, oh yeah, I live in Thailand, and they live here for 6 months or a year. That's an expat. You can call an expat somebody who comes here and they're working for a company because you know they're probably going to go home. They're not going to stay here. It really depends. It's all semantics, but there is a difference. So we should get that clear right now. Yeah, I think it was a 24-hour virus or something. Puked my guts out a bunch of times. Good to hear you're doing better, Dad. Yeah, I did throw up. The very first day I came home, and I forget where my wife was, but she was out doing something. And I said to my son, I said, man, I feel like throwing up, you know. And I was laying on the sofa, all covered up with a blanket, you know, and I'm just like chilling. I think, oh, I feel like throwing up. I went out into the front yard, to the side of the house, really, and I just thought, I'm gonna throw up. And I didn't throw up. It was just nausea. So then, a couple of hours later, I'm like, oh, I don't feel good. I had to throw up, and I ran upstairs to the bathroom and threw up. I mean, you know, it was pretty violent for about a minute. And then when I came downstairs, I thought, all right, I feel better now. And I haven't thrown up since. So I don't know what the hell was going on or what is going on. I really don't know. I mean, you know, the other thing is blood pressure. I got to get that checked. I got to do a lot of things. You know, so anyway. All right, this poll. Top 10 cities. Number 10, Taipei. Number 9, Tokyo. Number 8, Abu Dhabi. I can't see Abu Dhabi. Number 7, Seoul. Number 6, Kuala Lumpur. Number 5, Chiang Mai. Okay. Number 4, Penang. Number 3, Dubai. Number 2, Bangkok. Number 1, Singapore. And I guess if you're going to Singapore to work, or you're going somewhere to work, Singapore is a better place than Bangkok. But Singapore has an expat relocation score of 7.08, following with the following statistics on its metrics. Monthly cost of living as an expat, $4,152. Average salary after tax, $4,980. Estimated percentage tax on 50,000 pounds, which I think is about $60,000, $65,000, 22%. Internet speed is a piss poor 69 megabytes per second. That's terrible. Safety City Index, 76.61. Visitor return rate, 14%. Salary spent on monthly co-working space, 10%. Cleanliness, 18.59. How many hours to learn a dominant language in the city? 1,100. Singapore is consistently emerging as a top destination for expats around the world. ECA International also ranked the city-state as the most livable city for East Asian overseas workers this 2024. Now, I don't know about for overseas East Asian workers, but for Americans, at least for me, I've been to Singapore many times, and I worked there for months. I mean, months on end, I was there working. I spent a month there straight one time, just staying in the Conrad Hotel. I stayed there. And what I can say is, yeah, you can get good food, you can go out, you know, nobody really bothers you, but like getting around is a little bit of a pain in the ass. And to me, I found it really boring. It's like, do I want to go shopping? Do I want to go out to eat? Well, what else is there? I didn't really find it all that exciting. To me, it was very boring. And I'll say that now. I mean, I haven't been there in a few years, but I don't want to go back. Just because to me, it was a boring place. Now, if you're working there, and that's what you're focused on, earning money, and I know somebody who lived there for several years, and he loved it there. He said, I love it. I love to work here. It's a great place to work. But if I go back to the UK, I can do even better, and I'll have a better family life, and I'll have more to do. And so that's why he moved back to the UK. So I just don't buy Singapore. All right, Bangkok, you know, it is what it is. Meanwhile, the report found that Tallinn in Estonia is the best city to live and work in 2024 for expats. This is cities. It had the highest expat relocation score of 7.35. Living cost $1,586 monthly, and rent cost about $723. Let me give you the world's top 20 cities for expats to work and live. All right, real quick. Number 20. Porto, Portugal. Number 19, Tbilisi, Georgia. Tied for 18, Montreal and Copenhagen, Denmark. Number 17, Alicante, Spain. Number 16, Lisbon, Portugal. Tied for 15, Valencia, Spain, and Bangkok, Thailand. Number 14, Vancouver, Canada. Number 13, Stuttgart, Germany. Number 12, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Number 11, Toronto, Canada, and Sydney, Australia, tied for number 11. Number 10, Malaga, Spain. Number 9, Dubai. Number 8, The Hague in Netherlands. Number 7, Madrid, Spain. Number 6, Amsterdam, Netherlands. Number 5, Munich, Germany. Number 4, Rotterdam, Netherlands. Tied for number 3, Singapore, and also Basel, Switzerland. Number 2, Bern, Switzerland, and number 1, Tallinn, Estonia. I don't know if I buy those. To me, Singapore is like 4 days max. 4 days, 3 nights. That's enough. And you know, I'm not somebody who's going to go into the casinos. And you know, granted, when I went, the casino was just finishing up. So you know, maybe there's more things to do. You know, there's shows and stuff like that, so that you go into the casino. But I'm not a big casino person. There has to be something really exciting for me to go to a casino. I'm not going to go in there and just go gamble. That's not going to happen. And you know, most of the time when I was in Singapore, I was either working or I was going out to dinner with guys and you know, hanging out, and we were just talking. And I can tell you that I was in some pubs, and what really struck me is that I heard people in the pubs, all the people were talking about business. I mean, I understand the need for business, but like, it wasn't like, hey, look at that chick over there, man, she's pretty hot. It was none of that. I didn't hear any of that. You know, so another one of these lists that, you know, I could take it or leave it. Okay, now, in Pattaya, we have another, this is not High Flyers Club, but another tourist was found hanged. What a way to go, man. A Czech man, 49 years old, was found hanged in an apartment in Pattaya in an apparent suicide. His name was withheld. Good morning, Dowlow. He was found hanging by the neck with a nylon rope tied to a beam in a storage room on the rooftop of the five-story building. Police believe the man had died at least 3 days before his body was discovered. There were no bruises, and they do believe that he likely took his own life. And I don't understand. It seems to me that there's a lot of people, they go to Pattaya and they end up offing themselves. I mean, we talked about this before. I like to work in London, lots of museums and shows to fill up the spare time. Well, that's something that's always necessary. You got to fill up that spare time. And you know, I'll be honest, as I've gotten a little bit older, I don't need as many things to fill up my spare time. You know, once in a while. I mean, you know, the wife and I, we want to go away. She really is the one who wants to go away, not so much me. You know, but yeah, okay, to Europe, okay, I'm game for that, right? You go there, you know, it's like you see a few cool things. You go out and you know, that's it. Oh yeah. Well, there's a Swiss man. I don't know how. Let me see if it tells me how long he's been living here. But this guy, basically, the Swiss man, he's got an elephant sanctuary, which he's going to lose this foundation because they found it to be illegal. And he kicked a Thai woman on a beach. And this woman is a doctor. So that doesn't go over very well. Now, there's some discrepancy with the names, the name that's being used on the license and all this other kind of stuff. So people are pissed. There's a lot of people pissed off about this. And you know, he gave the obligatory apology and I'm so sorry. Yeah, well, you know, what makes you kick a woman? I mean, if it was a man, maybe I could understand. What makes you kick a woman? Attack a woman and fight a woman? What makes you do that? Walk away. Grab her arms. Whatever. But don't hit her. You don't need to do that. And I'm not one of these guys who thinks, oh, women can beat the piss out of you and you can't do anything. I don't think that. But I do believe you should not put your hands on them unless it is absolutely necessary. Like your life is in danger. So this guy, you know, he whacked this woman and they were thinking about revoking his visa. Well, now they have revoked his visa. And they also found that his elephant foundation was had some problems, we'll say. Now, Interior Minister Anatin Charn Wirakun said he would not consider any appeal made by the Swiss man whose visa was revoked for allegedly kicking the doctor in Phuket. He said he would block any attempt to reverse the Immigration Bureau's decision to revoke Urs Fair's, that's the guy's name, Urs Fair, his visa. Does anybody not want to see his visa revoked? Not this Interior Minister, Mr. Anneton said during a visit to CASHAPP yesterday. He has 48 hours to appeal the Immigration Bureau's decision, signed on Wednesday. So when was this? Let me see here. Okay, this is March 9th, so I don't think I think he's out of here. Although the Bureau is under the police force, the Interior Minister is directly involved in visas issued to foreigners living in the country. He was charged with physical and mental abuse after allegedly kicking Tandao Chandang, a Dibuk hospital doctor who was sitting near his villa on Yamu Beach in Talang District on February 24th. God, this place is loud. Police Major General Songprot has said he will be allowed to stay in Thailand on bail to defend his case in court. However, Mr. Anneton said the court case will not be used as an excuse for Mr. Fair to regain his business visa. Court case can continue. It has nothing to do with the visa issue. The kicking incident sparked protests against the suspect, and questions were raised over the questionable ownership of public beaches across the island. The other thing is, apparently there were some things that were in the way of getting to this beach, and he was part of this. And so it says on Thursday about 500 residents rallied in Tambun Ratsada in Muang District outside the Cape Nga Development Company office, accusing the company of blocking a public road to Lam Nga Beach. The events were taking place while Phuket Governor Sopan Suwanarat was away. Mr. Anneton said that the governor is attending a tourist exhibition in Germany, but his trip may be cut short. I really want to order the Phuket governor to return back from Germany now. He said he is at a tourism fair, but I will urgently order him to come back because of a bunch of problems in Phuket. He did not provide details of the tourism fair in Germany. It is not clear if he was talking about ITB Berlin, the world's largest tourism exhibition. So this guy's in deep shit, as he should be. I mean, to me, he sounds like an asshole. He looks like an asshole. I mean, that's just my opinion. She only bumped into him. That's what started it. You know, I got a saying here. And I saw this on, what was the name of that? Black Rain, where Sean Connery was the expert on Japan and Michael Douglas didn't know anything. And Sean Connery said something like, you know, if they bump into you, you say you're sorry. Don't have an ego. That's the whole thing. And you know, I have an ego, but I keep it in check. I really try hard to keep it in check. I've learned my lessons. You know, over the years, I've learned my lessons of what to do, how to react, how to act. And I think the best thing to do is either, you know, you say, excuse me, or I'm sorry, whatever. You don't get pissed off and beat the hell out of the woman or smack her around or anything like that. Agree you shouldn't hit a woman or anybody for that matter. Same Swiss guy also had an incident with an ambulance and had to apologize. Not a pleasant chat. No. And I mean, the thing is that why don't these guys do something like that to me? Why don't they mess with me? Because, you know, if the guy does something like that, he physically says, you know, I'm going to beat your ass, boom, he gets hit. That's it. You threaten me, boom, that's it. You know, and I'm an old man. You know, I don't need any problems. I don't want any problems. But he needs that. That's the kind of guy who needs an ass kick. You know, and he may find himself in a position, if he ever gets out of this and he stays in the country, he may find himself in a position where some Thai gets pissed off at him and, you know, runs up from behind him, hits him with a crowbar or something like that. You know, you don't know. So, that's what's going on with that, and I'm anxious to see. Let me see. Did they kick him out? Let me see if they've kicked him out yet. Well, they did revoke his visa. There is growing backlash. Oh, he said that apparently the wife said he thought, or she thought, that the lady was intruding on their property. Well, you know, I've had this happen before. One time it happened. We have a gate. The gate was not locked. For some reason, my wife doesn't think we have to lock the gate. I personally think most of the time, especially if it's later in the afternoon, you lock the gate. That way nobody can just walk right in. But we lock our doors. Now we lock the gate. We didn't have the gate locked, I'm sorry. The gate wasn't locked. This is a long time ago when we first moved there. And I hear something outside. I go, what the hell? And I open the door, and there's this guy standing right in my driveway. And I go, hey, what are you doing? He's, I'm sorry. I said, who are you? And he was some guy that needed to fix something in our house. And I was like, hey, you don't come in unless you ask. Oh, sorry, you know. But, you know, I was like, thinking to myself, this guy does not belong here. He deserves a beating. Because, you know, I'm like, you're on our property, you're treading, you're coming in, and I just didn't think it was very safe. But he came in, and I was like, okay, whatever. And I didn't want to talk to the guy after that. Because I was like, are you that stupid? You just come into our house however you want? You just think you can walk in? So, even if the lady was on their property, they could have just said to her, do you know you're on our property? Can you, like, not be here? Can you get out? They haven't said anything about what's going on right now. You know, I just don't understand. Yeah, I can't understand what prompted him to do that. And I did read about him in doing something to the ambulance before where he had to apologize. And it's like, hey, don't apologize. Just don't do it. That's the thing. People who fuck up all the time, excuse my French, don't fuck up. That's the thing. Learn your lesson and don't do it again. Swiss man stumbles in conflict with Thai female doctor in Phuket. Oh, okay. His daughter was polite and humble. She probably was. The incident took place around 7:30 p.m. on February 24th. The doctor and her female friend had gone for a stroll on a beach near a restaurant in Thailand district before sitting on the steps of a villa where the Swiss man and his Thai wife lived. The Swiss man allegedly kicked the doctor on the back while using his smartphone to record the video. As he scolded the doctor and her friend, they sought help from a security officer near the beach. However, the Swiss man's wife also berated the doctor and her friend and warned them of imprisonment because her son was a policeman and she knew senior police officers in the province. Yeah, this is just wrong, man. It's wrong. Well, whether her son is a police officer or not, he's an asshole, and his wife is not much better. 2 policemen arrived on the scene for negotiations after the foreigner's wife contacted them. The doctor and her friend could have faced 4 years in prison for the offense, while the Swiss man and his Thai wife could face only a fine. The doctor and her friend called for compromise, but the Swiss man and the Thai wife rejected their offer, saying the doctor and her friend must face imprisonment. That's ridiculous. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Billy. If it was Thai on Thai, no problem. Well, it was foreigner and Thai on Thai, which is still too much. Yeah, I mean, this kind of thing really kind of burns me up, simply because he gives people, he gives foreigners a bad name. The doctor and her friend filed a complaint at Talang police station on February 25th and found out that the Swiss man was the owner of an elephant sanctuary in Phuket. Oh, let's see. Well, I don't see anything on her. They're showing her back, and I don't really see anything on her back. You can see a little bit, just a tiny little bit of redness. But she's a doctor. I slipped, didn't kick. Come on. After giving his testimony, the Swiss man told So Brutal Phuket Province Facebook page that he had slipped on the steps and had no intention to kick the female doctor. He apologized and asked other people to understand it was only an accident. Oh, come on. The foreigner's lawyer said he had received a video clip of the incident. He declined to reveal if the Swiss man had kicked the female doctor, but assumed the doctor was not injured. I can go on about this. It irritates me. Yes, 2/4. Fuck YouTube, not posting my comments. They're not posting your comments? Like right now? Or you're saying you don't want your comments posted? I don't know why they're not posting your comments. Maybe they bring their mental health. Well, yeah, I was going to say, getting back to that, the suicides. I mean, I think to myself, like, why did I come to Thailand? Well, because I wanted to see the world. Now I have seen the world, at least, a fair amount of it. But do I think I'm, over the edge? Maybe a little, but not like so bad that I feel like often. I mean, there's times when I feel, listen, this past weekend when I was sick, I'm laying and I thought, God, I feel like I'm dying. You know how when you're so sick, you feel like, I just feel like dying right now. I just feel like, oh my God, I feel so bad. That's how I felt. But to actually go and do something like, hey, I think I'm going to jump off the 27th floor, or I'm going to hang myself. That's a big step, man. I don't, no. Trying to post if a Thai runs you over on the sidewalk, no problem. They just love going after every foreigner. Well, pretty much. I mean, if we weren't here, it wouldn't happen. That's how they think. If you weren't in our country, you wouldn't have had this problem. But if it's a Thai, oh my God. If I write like an illiterate, it goes through. Yeah, well, I mean, I hate to say, hey, listen, do me a favor. Please, smash the thumbs up. I mean, I haven't been saying anything lately, but click the thumbs up, subscribe, click the notification bell, leave super chats, or whatever. Don't be cheap, I mean, come on. Jesus Christ. I put out a lot of content, and usually it's for like $5 or $10, every time I do it. I'm not money hungry in that regard. I don't need to make, $500, but Jesus Christ. So I don't even get a thumbs up. Leave some thumbs up. That doesn't cost you anything. And all the guys who have been around forever, I'm not talking about you. All right, so, we'll see what happens with this guy. You got to keep an eye on this. Carlos, how you doing? Have you had your surgery yet? The female doctors remarked that she and her friend had sat on the villa's step while her feet was touching the beach sand, raised questions among denizens whether the villa was encroaching on a public area. The So Brutal Phuket Province Facebook page urged relevant officials in Thailand district to inspect the villa to check for encroachment. They ordered the demolition of the steps where the incident taking place, claiming it was encroaching on. Okay, so there we go. What do we got here now? Let me go in here. Wheels up. Okay, so you had your surgery. Everything's all right. How about they worry about teachers abusing kids? Well, I used to worry about that a lot, honestly. I told my kids, if your teachers ever hit you, you tell them my daddy's going to come here and hit you. I told them that. And I talked about this once, but my kid was sitting there studying, and this kid kept coming up behind him and like flicking his ear. Finally, my kid turned around and went like that, and he didn't really mean to hit the kid, but he just turned around like, hey, and he knocked his glasses off. The glasses fell on the ground, and the glass chipped. And he told him, you need to pay me 5,000 baht. And so my kid comes home, this kid wants 5,000 baht from me. But I said, is he a friend? Well, he used to be. I said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll go in tomorrow with you. And I went in, and I said to the kid, I said, let me see your glasses. I go, my kid ain't paying anything for those glasses. You're not getting any money. And if you wanna fight with him, you can fight with him. Settle it like men. But, you know, doing this bullshit, playing these little kiddie games, that's not what you need to do. And he was whining me profusely, I'm sorry. And he never gave my kid shit again. And I forgot what else happened with Nicholas or something. The teacher wasn't there, and like Nicholas got into a fight or something like that. And I went in and told the teacher, how come you weren't here? Why were you gone for an hour? So you're coming back on Wednesday at 6, but you're okay. You feel better and everything? All right, so let me look at this here. So I already went over the Singapore thing. I guess that's it for the Swiss guide. I think they're waiting to. I cannot see that if she's sitting on some steps. Hello all, I'm done biatching. Is that what it says? Are you in that kind of a mood? A bitchy mood? What is this here? All right, so like I said, the check. I didn't get back to the check guy, but he was on the rooftop of a 5-story building, and he had a nylon rope tied to a beam around his neck. The caretaker of the apartment told police that the man was a tourist who had checked in on February 28th and was last seen on March 2nd. On Thursday evening, she noticed a foul smell from the apartment's storage room. She came to check and was shocked to find a man, prompting her to immediately alert the police. Officers assume the tourist took his own life, though motive remains unknown. The body was sent for a post-mortem examination. You know, that's probably what happened. I don't know why would somebody, you know, put him up there and kill him. You know, it doesn't seem plausible, but you never know. Now, all these high flyers, these guys, they fell off the balcony. You're not going to catch me on a balcony in Thailand. You know, it's just not going to happen. All right, what's going on with my internet here? Apparently, a couple of weeks ago, let me see here, a little while ago, last week, the stick man, you know, the guy who writes the articles, he's been around for a little while. He claims boldly that Pattaya has shaken off its seedy reputation. Well, I hate to tell you, and he's saying Pattaya is not what it used to be. He says peak Pattaya was from 1998 to 2010, and I'll say it was actually from about 1985 to about 2000 and maybe 2015, 2014, even longer, I would say. I remember what it was like there. And, you know, when I first came over, I didn't dislike it. I still don't really, I don't dislike it. I just dislike some of the things that take place there. Some of the mentality, I just don't particularly like some things there. But I could see how you could have a lot of fun there. Now, the demographic has changed there. You know, you got a lot of different people there. But, like it or not, it is still a sex destination. They can bullshit all they want. He can say whatever he wants. It is not the same as it was 10, 20 years ago. It's not. It's changed. To me, it's not anywhere near what it used to be. It's not as good. Neither is Nana. Neither is Pat Pong. Neither is Soy Cowboy. Neither is the old Therme and Clinton Plaza. No, I never read it. And, you know, I talked about how, I can't remember the guy's name now. He said to me, I'll buy, when Stickman was getting out of Bangkok, he said, I'll buy it, and you take over, you be the Stickman. And I was like, why do I do that? I don't want to work for somebody. I work for myself. Which I don't know how bright that was, but well, I don't believe what he's saying. I mean, I believe that it has changed and it's not as good. I believe Thailand has changed and it is not, for people who are coming here that just want to have fun and get laid, I think he did. For people who want to come here and have fun and get laid, it is not nearly what it used to be. I can tell you that because I've been here, you know, long enough to I can tell you when you know 30 years ago you could get a couple of girls, it'd be 500 baht each. You'd have a good time. I mean, you know, you could have a good time for a fairly low amount of money. Now it's rather expensive from what I understand. You know, prices are going up. It's the value is not there. The girls have more options. Shut up. Fuck. Shit gives me a headache. Food culture and the beautiful people for me traveling with the world. Listen, I live here. That's what I'll say. I live here. I like the food. I like the option of having Thai food. I don't always have Thai food. Sometimes I have Japanese food. Sometimes I have Italian food. Sometimes, you know, I have Mexican. Today when I go home, I'm going to have some salmon and some shrimp. I'm heading to Bang Lamung area tomorrow, north of Pattaya. With 3 things to do in Thailand: watch old people sex and watch CC have fun. Well, he always has a good time there. I mean, I can have a good time anywhere I go if I really want to, but, you know, I've done that, been there, done that. Hello, handsome man. Please come inside. Welcome. There's something about English spoken by Thais where their English is like really, really broken and it's piss poor. that, you know, I don't know. I would rather speak Thai to them. I don't want to hear their piss poor English. I hate to say that, but, you know, because they're trying. But I'd rather they spoke Thai to me. You know, and they always freak out. You know, when I was in the other day when I was down there by the market, the railway market, I went into this place to get some water. It was like a little bubble tea shop or something. And there was a nice looking lady. She was older. She's about 40 or something like that. And I started talking to her. And she was a little bit shy to speak, but her English was actually pretty good. And I just thought to myself, I thought, you know, here's this lady. She's running her own bubble tea shop. She was very... She told me her husband was a banker, and she was very on top of things. And the one thing I noticed is that, you know, you may go to villages, you know, some villages, and listen, farmers, sometimes they're just going to always be farmers, okay? But in some places, you're going to find a lot of really intelligent Thai people, and they might surprise you. And I was surprised by her. She was very nice, very, very cordial. You know, it was nice talking to her. And you don't use, for me, I don't always get that. I spoke to her in Thai, spoke to her in English, you know, and she told me about herself. I told her about me, you know, my wife and my kids and everything. So it was nice. That doesn't always happen. But you know what? When it does, I appreciate it. I appreciate it more now than I used to. Before I used to go, oh, you can speak English. Oh, wow, that's great. You know, it was surprising. Now it's not as surprising. My wife said to me the other day, she said, you know, I don't think you realize, but the new generation of Thai, most of them speak a fair amount of English. And I was like, really? And she goes, yeah, people like Alex, Nicholas, people in their generation, they speak better English than the past generations, which was surprising to me. So, you know. All right, let me see here. Oh, you know, there was a woman. She is suing the Lopburi government because she was attacked by a monkey. I shit you not. The monkey problem in Lopburi province has flared up again with a woman filing a police report after being attacked and injured by a monkey. Oh God. She's suing. She was injured on her hip and knee around 7:30 p.m. on March 6th. She filed the report to claim medical expenses under the Protection Act. In this incident, the governor visited the injured woman at Pranarai Maharat Hospital. He presented 2,000 baht and discussed with the hospital director about providing special care for the victim. However, the province has no power to interfere with the woman's complaints, as monkeys are protected animals. The owner of the monkeys is the National Park Authority. The lady said it was very dark and she did not see the monkey. They want to relocate a large number of monkeys. This will take time and money. It is expected that if successful, the number of monkeys can be greatly reduced. However, there will still be monkeys as a symbol of the province. I don't know why they don't sterilize them so that they don't have these problems. They just go around, you know, find a way to sterilize all the male monkeys or the female monkeys, whatever. But like, I don't want to get bit by a monkey. All the staff here at my hotel speak English. I'm actually happy that the Thai government has the ball rolling on getting The Thai side of pray the here back open, probably spelling it wrong. No, I think that's the right way, actually. I didn't even know. You know, we went there and it was nice. I liked it, but you know, it would be nice to go from the Thai side instead of the Cambodian side. There is another, you know, I went to that temple the other day and it was pretty cool. But there is another temple that I'd like to go to, and I don't remember the name off the top of my head. But hopefully I'll go there soon. Oh, what is this? Oh, real quick, an Oxford man traveled to Thailand instead of going to his court hearing. An arrest warrant has been issued for an Oxford man who traveled to Thailand when he was due in court. Jordan Marks of Stone Meadow, Oxford, was due in the Oxford Crown Court on Friday for a further case management hearing. The 32-year-old has been charged with one count of causing serious injury to Carol Steele by dangerous driving in Great Clarendon Street, Oxford, on March 6, 2021, as well as one count of driving dangerously. However, the Vauxhall Corsa driver failed to turn up to court, telling his barrister he had traveled to Thailand. Judge McKay Gledhill said he's deliberately, in my view, made himself unavailable. He has no regard for the courts or the law. A warrant not back for bail has been issued. So another knucklehead decides, well, if I'm going to go to jail, I might as well go to Thailand first. Take care of your problems before you come here. You'll have problems when you're here. You'll have your own problems. You'll have a new set of problems when you come here. You will find some problems, or problems will find you. I can't find the little comment that he had, but there's a comment here. I wanted to see what the comment was. Oh, sounds like a nasty piece of work. This comment has been removed because it breaks our rules. Anyway, so there's that. Let me see here. 36 million. What's this? Cut your living expenses in half by moving abroad to these 3 locations. If you've ever dreamed of living abroad, here's one more reason to do it. If you choose the right place, you can live well for significantly less than you can in the States, and with an increase in the availability of work from anywhere jobs. Now may be a good time to take the plunge. The current average cost of living in the United States is $66,928 per year, according to the latest stats from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. But if you move to one of these locales identified by forms, you can get by on half as much or less. Here's a look at the best places to move abroad if you want to cut your living expenses. Medellin, Colombia. With great weather year-round, Medellin is an ideal destination for anyone who craves the outdoors but still wants the best of what city life has to offer. The great weather also cuts down on heating and cooling costs. The average expat spends just $55 on utilities per month. Well, I gotta say, my electric bill went down. Granted, we didn't have our air conditioner on for a week, about a week, but it was 3,556 baht this month, and it's been double that. So I think it's because we have a new air conditioner. It wasn't run for a week, and this air conditioner is a lot more cost effective than the older one that we had. It's easy to navigate the city via public transport, so you can ditch all the expenses that come along with having a car. Plus, there's no shortage of things to do with a plethora of parks, libraries, museums, and nature reserves to explore. In addition to savings on utilities and transportation, you'll also save big on housing. The average 2-bedroom apartment in central area rents for $550, and you can find even cheaper housing in a less central area. Compare that to $1,885 per month the average American household spends on housing. It wasn't working. Our air conditioner took a dump. Let's see here. We're walking. What is this? Okay, if that ever happens again. Oh, while walking to a Chinese restaurant last night, bloody dog came up to me, tried to bite me. Lucky he had a muzzle. Gotta watch out for those dogs here. That happens to me all the time. That's why I normally carry a stick while walking. You know, usually if you have the stick and you just hit the ground, they run away. My eyes are bad. Was trying to figure out why Andy was talking to a Chinese restaurant. Why wasn't it running? Bloody hot. Because it broke. It took a dump. I was just like, I can't believe this. And we have like 5 fans. I've just paid electricity bill 1,700 baht. Helps having the house insulated. It used to be around 3,000 to 4,000. Listen, if my electric bill is always between 3,000 and 4,000 baht, I'm happy. I'm like, thank you very much. But you know, most of the time it's between 5 and like 8,000 baht. Usually, it depends. But you know, 5,500, 6,000, and on the high end it's up 7,000, 8,000. But that's only happened a couple of times. I would have got a hotel room. LOL. Got to have AC. Yeah, we actually thought about that. We thought about going and getting a hotel room, like, you know, a little 700 baht a night hotel, and, you know, having it for a week. But then, you know, we were like, we'll be more comfortable at home, even in the heat. And we just cranked up the fans. We had, you know, like 3 fans downstairs, 2 fans in Alex's room. You know. All right, let me see this here. What is this? This is about the Swiss guy. Swiss guy. Apparently, he had licenses for a pistol and a rifle. So they revoked those licenses. All right, now this place is opening up here. There you go. It's talking about hot weather. Thailand's hot weather drives up air conditioner sales. This came out yesterday. Thailand, I will say this, and I forgot to go over this. Where is it? Let me see. As of 8:40 a.m. this morning, the Thai baht was the dollar was 35.47 to the Thai baht. The air quality was 112. That's another thing. I'm just wondering, is it like the air quality? Is it carbon monoxide? It's just, you know, kicking my ass. What is it? 84 degrees. And high of 92, low of 82. And the current temperature, at least as of 8:40 a.m., was the feel-like temperature was 92. 8:40 a.m. and 92 degrees. Listen, the other day when I was out at the Mae Klong railway station, it was the feel-like temperature when I looked was 105 degrees. It was so hot, and it was humid, and I was dying, man. You know, 79% humidity. Andy, I saw you went to London Street. Do they have coffee at London Street? %. Do they have coffee shops in that London street? I know it's supposed to be like a mall, but, you know, they should have coffee there. I'd like to find some coffee shops there that are open early. And I know there's a Cafe Amazon around there that is open, but I don't know if there's anything attached to the shopping center, which doesn't open until 11. I have a couple, you know, I have some things lined up. The Nylert Heritage Home. What is that other one? Let me see here. Oh, it's a place right down the street from where I live. Yeah, I've known about it for a long time, but I never really thought about it. I never really thought about going there. Hang on a second, let me see here. Not 60% chance of rain, okay. Let me see something here. What do I have scheduled? I don't even know. Hong Siang Hong on the Chao Phraya. That's a place. Come and Escape Cafe, Nylert Park Heritage Home. There's a coffee shop on the grounds there. It's supposed to be quite nice. I have planned to go to those places, but you know, I need to have the energy to go, man. And right now, I don't have the energy to go. And there's another coffee shop right down the street. There's the London Street, but there's another place right down by Lot Prow 101. It's called Siva Cafe or Siva Coffee. I may go there. So those are a couple things. Anyway, this lady with the monkey, they say the solution is not difficult. It is to remove the monkey from the list of protected animals. Once the monkey is removed from the list, the area where the monkeys live should be handed over to the municipality for maintenance. The municipality should be set up a budget for the care of the monkeys and manage them themselves. If a monkey bites or injures someone in the area, that area should be responsible. Listen, I don't want to get bit by a monkey. I don't care. I don't want to get scratched by a monkey, bit by a monkey. I don't want a monkey fucking with me. I just don't like them. I don't mind a monkey if they mind their own business. They come over, they give me a little hug, they grab my hand, they squeeze it, okay, and then they go away. But I don't want some monkey coming over, jumping on me, trying to grab something I have. I just don't want that. Crab-eating macaques are protected animals. The law only allows compensation for victims of elephants and gaurs. In the past, there have been no lawsuits for damages caused by monkeys attacking people. However, in the future, there will be discussions on whether to add another animal, namely monkeys, to the list so that people can be compensated. Monkeys. Unbelievable. London Street has one coffee cafe and a few restaurants, mainly Thai. And now, is this coffee shop on the outside so I can get in earlier than they open up, or what's the deal? The lady that filed a police report so her insurance would reimburse or cover her medical costs. Yeah, I guess she knew that she could get reimbursed at least some of the money that it cost them to take care of her. You know, they have a little place right down the way here. It's a ramen place. You can get a bowl of noodles, a ramen dish, 39 baht. And, you know, I had it and I was like, hey, this is pretty good. It kind of filled me up. And then I had it again and I had the 80 baht ramen, and it was very, very good. So that place is on my list now. It's a little place right over here. It's 39 ramen. That's what it's called. 39 ramen. It's just a tiny little booth. It has room for about 4 people to sit down. And then, you know, you can always sit in the food court. But their ramen is really, really good. Yes. It is Japanese ramen. And then there's another ramen place farther down that's more expensive, and I haven't gone there yet. I really like the ramen because, you know, it's hot, it's a soup. Nope, opens at 11 a.m. Yeah, so, yeah, that's why I won't go there. If I do anything, I'll make a video of the place or something, but, you know. Oh, it's London. I'm so excited. No, I'm not. They have a couple of places that they sell mainly British goods in Thailand, in Bangkok. I don't know about other parts of Thailand, but in Bangkok they have a couple of places. But anyway, yeah, this place is 39 baht. I mean, I don't know, I could almost see it, but, oh, there it is. Yeah, you can see it. If you look, let's see here, where that, you can see a little red banner above the pink and the green sign. There's a red banner, and above that you can see ramen. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see the words ramen. And in front of that, you can't really see it so well, but it says 39, and that's where it is. Very good place. Anyway, like I said, now there are more air conditioners selling because of the heat. Well, they cost more than that here. And I'll tell you what, yesterday, Carnival Chronicles, I was looking for chicken soup. And usually you can find, I mean, there's all kinds of Campbell's soup, there's whatever kinds of cans of soup. And there's like, it's like a half an aisle full of soups. I go there yesterday, there's like a little tiny section. They got like 3 Campbell's soups, that's it. There's a couple others like French onion, and they're, whatever the other brand is, I don't know what it is, but it's expensive. It's like 110 baht. Well, the Campbell's are like, I don't know, they're 69 baht or something. So, Campbell's has a couple of boxed chicken soup with noodles, and I bought both of them. Well, for me, I go on the Sky Train, get off at Huamak Station, walk for like 10 minutes, and I'm there. I don't want to. You know what? I have no energy, man. I just don't feel like doing. I don't feel like cooking anyway. Throw it in the air fryer, and that's it. That's my idea of cooking. I just don't have the energy. I know homemade is best. My wife is here. I'd ask her to make me some, but I have 3 boxes, 2 of one kind and 1 of another kind, and I'm just gonna. I figure that the boxes have 2 packets each. I'll just put those together, and that'll be 1 meal. And hopefully they'll be good. I don't know. We'll see. If they're not, they're not. But I gotta try it. But I couldn't believe they didn't have any chicken. What store doesn't have chicken noodle soup? I mean, they used to always have it here. Now you're starting to talk to me about things. I've got to go get this. I've got to figure out where this is and that is. I got to make it. I don't have the energy, man. I have no energy. You don't understand. I'm already feeling drained right now. Honestly. Okay, let's see here. Oh, yeah, cut your living expenses. The next place on the list, Chitre, Panama. Those seeking a slower pace of life while maintaining access to plenty of cultures and amenities can find it in Chitre. Located on the Azuero Peninsula, the city is known for its colonial charm. It's easy to navigate much of Chipre's central area on foot, where you'll find parks, small shops, food stands, and bakeries. Because this is quiet beach isn't a popular tourist destination, prices are low. Rent for a 2-bedroom home ranges from $450 to $800 per month. And if you shop for your groceries at local markets, you can spend as little as $100 a month. Wow. Forbes report. You can get by without a car, but if you do choose to have one, expect to spend about $60 a month on gas and maintenance. You will want air conditioning, so be prepared to spend about $125 on utilities. All in all, monthly costs for basic necessities in Chipre will range from roughly $1,200 to $1,600. That's not bad. That's pretty good. I just don't know if I could live in Panama. Have you been to Marche Tonglor? I don't know. Maybe. Went to Korean store today, bought a bag of fancy jasmine rice for 1,000 baht. Gallon of kimchi. Ugh. I haven't been buying it lately because they don't have the kind that I like. You know, this grocery store kind of irritates me because they have a lot of good things. They used to have Pop-Tarts a long time ago, and then what happens is, like the sausages and Texas style hamburgers, Gobblers. That's the brand, Gobblers. They used to always have these. And now, they ran out. And I'm like, for like 2 months, they're out. I'm like, what's the matter with these people? So then they finally stocked up. Now, they didn't stock up, there's not a huge amount. But I just think to myself, they don't, right now they're low, very, very low. They don't have any of the kimchi that I like. They don't have any of it. I'm like, they don't have kimchi. They just got the Gobbler back in. Gobbler sausage and burgers. You know, they have lamb burgers. They have Texas-style burgers. You know. So I've been searching for alternatives. And now what I'm starting to do is I'm going to start looking online on Fresh Mart's delivery service, and I'm going to see if I can just get them to deliver things to me, because it's a pain in the ass to go out, and sometimes I just don't want to go out. You know, it is so hot here most of the time. Not today, really. It doesn't feel that hot today, but it's so hot that, like, even my wife, she's like, Jesus Christ, it's hot outside. Next time you're close to Koreatown, go find the store that sells jars of kimchi. Yeah. I'll tell you what I did get that I've been looking for, and now they carry it, is Greek yogurt. You know, you put a little protein powder in there. If you want, you can put fruit in there. You put whatever you want in there. But it's not bad. It's pretty good. Anyway, let's see here. I already talked about that. Oh, the next thing is, here we are. The third place on this list is Pattaya, Thailand. If you love the beach, Pattaya may be your ideal international destination. The resort town is located 2 hours southeast of Bangkok and offers no shortage of beaches and beach activities, which, let's face it, they're not all that great, including windsurfing, water skiing, and snorkeling. Thrill seekers will also find plenty to do with bungee jumping. I'm not into the bungee jumping anymore. Skydiving, no thank you, and go-karting. All easily accessible. Or if you prefer a more laid-back activity, there are plenty of golf resorts in the area. I'm not into Australian foods. British, a little bit. Housing is very affordable. You can rent a 2-bedroom condo just minutes from the beach for around $500. Forbes reported, this is what Forbes reported, Food is also more affordable, so expect a savings of 40% compared to what you spend in the U.S. Getting around is also cheap. There's no need for cars. And if you use a mix of rideshare services and public transportation, I don't know. He hasn't come back. Maybe he got pissed off because I yelled at him. I don't know. He's always welcome. But he hasn't been back. He hasn't been in here for like 2 months. Getting around is also cheap. There's no need for cars. If you mix ride service, you can expect to spend around $115 a month on transportation. That's about right, and that's in Bangkok. I spend around that much in Bangkok. It's around 3,000 baht. That's a significant savings from $913 per month that the average American household spends on transportation. Forbes estimates you could cover the basic living expenses in Pattaya for around $1,400 a month, and that sounds about right to me. I mean, $1,400 if you're single, you can have a pretty good time with that. You gotta watch your money a little bit, You can't go crazy and go, tonight I'm gonna go out and spend, 30,000 baht. You can't really do that. But you can have a good time. Oh yeah, I got another list. Let me see here. Yeah, this one just came out. Top 10 best and worst cities to live in if you are an expat. Hello, Andy. Okay. Here we go. This is from the Tech Advocate. Let me see here. Navigating through the plethora of cities across the globe to find the perfect expat haven can be a daunting task. From cost of living to cultural dynamics, there are numerous factors to consider. Here we explore the top 10 best and worst cities, based on a combination of surveys, expat feedback, and quality of life indices. Okay, let's go to the worst first. Number 10, Damascus, Syria. War sadly relegates this once fabled city as one of the worst places currently an expat can reside. I don't know why anyone would want to live there unless they had a damn good reason for living there. Sana'a, Yemen. Ongoing conflict. I don't know why any American would want to live in Yemen. Ongoing conflict greatly impacts living conditions here, making it one of the most challenging places for expats worldwide. Thank you. Kinshasa, Congo. Infrastructure fails to meet international standards while corruption adds complexity to daily life. Yeah, that's why I haven't gone there yet, even though I'd kind of like to go. Kiev, Ukraine. Political instability recently has rendered Kiev less favorable for many expats looking for stability abroad. Plenty of women there. Number 6, Tehran, Iran. While some embrace the challenge of living in Tehran's unique culture amidst sanctions-related challenging... What the fuck, man? While some embrace the challenge of living in Tehran's unique cultural amidst sanctions-related challenges, others find it immensely difficult. Number 5, and this one I've considered going to Papua New Guinea, and it's expensive, and I don't really know what to expect, and I'm just I'd have to gear myself up, and I'm getting a little older. I don't know if I really want to go there. Port Moresby, Papua New Guinea, high crime rate makes safety a significant issue affecting the quality of life in Port Moresby. Number 4, Karachi, Pakistan. Security issues remain a central issue affecting expats in Karachi amidst political unrest. Now, number 3, Dhaka, Bangladesh. Well, I've been there. Overpopulation and pollution coupled with poor urban planning complicate expat life in Dhaka. What I could say is it was cool while I was there, but I was glad to leave. It was nice to be leaving and say, Bye-bye DACA. You know. Why don't you, hi Andy, what if you don't like Tim Tams? I don't really like Tim Tams. I mean, you know, why would he mention Syria, Yemen, etc.? No freaking duh. Might as well include the island between my fruit and loom, who's considering traveling to these locations. Hi there, Dave. Got to pack up soon, going to another hotel for one night here in Bangkok. See you tomorrow. Yeah, I wish I could meet with you, Andy, but I could have met with you here this morning, but I'm dead, man. Okay, number 2, Lagos, Nigeria. Besides dealing with heavy traffic congestion and infrastructure woes, security is also a major concern for the expatriate community here. I did know somebody who lived in Nigeria. He had been there a while, and he was married to a Nigerian woman. And he said, you know, most of the Nigerians are God-fearing people. They won't bother you. But, you know, if you're in the wrong place, then you're going to get what's coming to you. Caracas, Venezuela. Political instability and economic turbulence have significantly impacted daily life here, making it challenging for expats. All right, those are the worst cities. The best cities. Number 10, Stockholm, Sweden. I'm just going to go through these real quick. Number 10, Stockholm, Sweden. Number 9, Wellington, New Zealand. Number 8, Munich, Germany. Number 7, Oslo, Norway. Number 6, Amsterdam, Netherlands. Number 5, Auckland, New Zealand. Number 4, Singapore. Number 3, Vancouver, Canada. Number 2, Zurich, Switzerland. And number 1, Copenhagen, Denmark. I got to say about Amsterdam, it says, it's not just about bikes and canals. Amsterdam provides a welcoming environment for expats with its liberal attitudes and English-speaking populace. Now, I just saw an article that said in Amsterdam, they're taking a lot of, they are slamming expats. That is the newest thing in Amsterdam, to slam expats, because they find some of the things that they are doing and asking for it to be a bit obnoxious. So I'm not sure that it's as welcoming as they say, but you never know. You know, I haven't been there since last year, and I can say that I don't particularly like Amsterdam like I like other cities in the Netherlands. Thank you very much, Joe Ford. You are the first and the only. Welcome. Good morning. Nice to see you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So let's see here. Copenhagen, and you know, all these places, you gotta have money. You're not gonna get by on $2,000 a month on these places. I mean, if you are, you're gonna live on a tight budget. Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Joe. Choke D to you. Appreciate it. I mean, you're not going to live in Zurich, Switzerland, or Copenhagen, even Vancouver, Singapore, Auckland, Amsterdam, Oslo, Munich. You're not going to live in any of these places unless you have a fair amount of money. And, you know, I've been trying to figure out, okay, well, how much money do we need to retire for, say, you know, another 25 years? And, you know, you figure it out. 25 years? It's a lot of dough, man. I mean, you know. Oh, is there? I didn't even know that. Oh, wow, you can do it. This is, yeah, we're in Thailand. I guess they allow it now. That's pretty good. Excellent. What is this? Q&A, start a poll, close. Okay, they have that. And right next to the little smiley sign down there in the chat, they have a dollar sign. So if you're in Thailand, now you can give your donations. That's pretty good. Well, thank you very much for pressing like. All right, so those are the places. You know, listen. I hate to say it, but if you want to live in really nice places, you know, like first world countries, they may be cities, full-on cities, but you got to have some money. You're not going to get by. Oh, I got $1,000 pension. You're not going to get by on that. You're not going to live in Stockholm, Sweden, off $1,000 a month and go, I'm living high on the hog. That's not going to happen. Even Singapore. I mean, Singapore. What did it say before? You need $4,200 a month, something like that. So, enough said about that. What is this here? The David effects. Swiss man case leads for more inspections. Oh, he had to post a bail of 100,000 baht in order to fight this case involving the assault of a Thai doctor. You know, the fact that he assaulted her, I don't care. Oh, thank you very much there, Mr. Billy Ray. Yes. You know, I didn't think I had any of that. I didn't have any stomach problems. And then I didn't really eat anything on Friday and Saturday, just a little bread. Actually, on Friday, one of the things that got me thinking was I ate some fried bananas. And I was thinking to myself, those could have been what got me sick because they were out in the hot sun. But then on like Saturday night and Sunday, I had a case of the runs. And, you know, but now my appetite is coming back. I do from all the talking right now and from everything I'm doing here, I feel a little bit dizzy, but thank you. Let me see here. On March 8th, yeah, he posted 100,000 baht. Oh, they granted him bail for 30 days on the condition that he live in approved housing, report to authorities every 15 days, not accept employment or engage in illegal activities, and not leave the country. Mr. Fair also authorized a representative to appeal the revocation of his visa to the immigration officers. Police Lieutenant General Ittipon Itisan Ranachai, the chief of immigration police, based the visa revocation on Mr. Fair's disruptive behavior, which has had multiple negative effects on society and indicates potential danger. And here he is apologizing to the ambulance driver, dickhead that he is. I'll just say it right there. He had two firearms, a handgun, a Glock, and a rifle, and had a grade 4 license to own and use firearms after seeking authorization for buying and possessing them in the name of his Elephant Foundation. Mr. Anaton stated that foreigners do not have the right to seek for a license to carry a firearm, which was considered wrong from the beginning, and the charge against David must be added. You see, that's the thing. You can do a lot of what you want to do here by paying your way. But if you get caught, if there's a problem, and you're not allowed to do that, then they will come back and get you. Living in Australia costs us between $3,000 to $5,000 per month, depending on what we do. Winter is more expensive, keeping the house warm. I felt dizzy last Saturday, but I was drinking. Well, yeah, I haven't been drinking at all. I haven't been drinking. I haven't had any, what do you call it, kratom? I haven't had anything at all. I managed not to get Delhi belly in India. Yeah, well, you were lucky on that one. And you drink the water in India. I wouldn't drink it. I wouldn't drink the ice. I wouldn't do any of that. Let me continue here. When asked about David's visa appeal to the Ministry of Interior, Anaton indicated he would absolutely not accept it. He has not agreed that David should have a visa to continue fighting the case in Thailand due to a conflict between local and land claimants over a previously public area. This is what I was talking about, particularly in Phuket province. Besides the Yamu Beach incident, where villagers protested against Mr. Fair and demanded access to a public beach, similar incidents occurred in other areas. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. In addition, the David Kicks the Doctor case led to increased scrutiny of foreigners working or secretly doing business in Phuket, resulting in several arrests. Now, one more thing on my list here. Yeah, the guy. Hey, thank you very much there, Mr. Gotta Love Thailand. Thank you. Choke D to you. Appreciate that. It's not easy anymore. Gotta have your finance set up to live a comfortable lifestyle in retirement. Yeah, that's true. You gotta have your shit together, man. Oh, thank you. Wow. Thank you very much. What a very nice ending to the stream. Thank you. Choke D to you. I got one more thing to talk about, and that is, you know, Rupert Murdoch. I will, thanks to you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Rupert Murdoch is 92 years old, and guess what? He's going to get married for the 5th time. He's engaged, his representative said. He plans to marry Elena Zhukova, 67, a Russian-born scientist. Let me see what she looks like. Got any images of her? Yeah, she's pretty nice looking. For a 67-year-old woman, she looks pretty good. All right, so he's going to marry her. Her ex-husband, Alexander Zhukov, is a billionaire energy investor, and Russian politician. Their daughter, Dasha, was previously married to Russian billionaire Roman Abramovich, who used to own the Premier League football club, Chelsea. I mean, you know, it must be nice to run in these billionaire circles. Last fall, Murdoch stepped down as leader of both Fox News' parent company and his News Corporation Media Holdings, and his son, Lachlan, took his place in a media empire that spans continents and helped to shape modern American politics. Crazy. Pretty crazy. No like button on Gotta Love Thailand. Too cute. No, I even had a water purifier tablets to put in boiled. Did you use them? I heard Rupert met his new Russian fiancée on a beach in Pattaya. Maybe, who knows? Let's see if it says here. I don't know. Murdoch's last marriage was to model and actor Jerry Hall, who used to be married to Mick Jagger. How do you go from Mick Jagger to Rupert Murdoch? And that ended in divorce after 6 years. They had no children together. He was previously married to Patricia Booker, an Australian, with whom he had Prudence, and then to Scottish-born journalist Anna Torv, we had Lachlan, James, and Elizabeth. These 4 Murdoch children have the same stake in the family trust and equal say in what happens to the trust voting stock upon Murdoch's death. He later married Chinese-born Wendy Deng, whom he divorced in 2013 after having 2 daughters Grace and Chloe. Last spring, he was engaged to Anne Leslie Smith for about 2 weeks. Oh my God. Oh God. So, you know, Rupert Murdoch is not what I would consider to be, you know, I mean, I'm a man, but like, honestly, looking at him, I don't think to myself, gosh, he must be a complete magnet for women. I never have thought that. You know, but something about the billions that he has is extremely attractive to women. You know, we know that. Dallo, I met her my last trip to Pattaya, huh? I bet you did. Bill Shatner is 92 as well. They are vampires. Crazy. Dallo, yes, eating at hotels in India, but not all the time. I use charcoal tablets as well. Yes, amazing. Oh, God. Ugh. Well, that's it for the news. I did like the UFC this weekend. I really liked the Dustin Poirier fight. If anybody watched that fight, Dustin Poirier against Benoit Saint Denis, what a fight, man. He was getting his ass kicked for 7 minutes, and then just there's a little opening, bing, bang, boom, hit him with like a 3-punch combination. The guy was out cold, and that was the end. Great fight, absolutely fantastic fight. And the fight with Sean O'Malley was great too. I like Cheeto. I like the guy Cheeto. He's from Ecuador, and he's a big star there. Let me show you something. Let me see here. What does it say? Oh, God. 90 is the new 50 if you have a load of money. Well, I guess so. I don't know. I can't see myself making it to 90. Oh yeah. Oh, that. Let me tell you something. I looked at Anthony Joshua when he was in the ring. When he got in the ring, and I just went, man, that guy is scary. He's scary. You look at his neck, and he's like, ugh. And he's just, I mean, just a rock. And then he's a gold medalist. And to be completely honest, Ngannou didn't look like he was anything. He got exposed. I think Francis, when he fought Tyson Fury, I think Tyson Fury didn't train, took him easy, didn't really give a shit. He just thought, I'll beat this guy. I can outbox him all day long. And he didn't prepare properly. That's what I think. Or he just had a bad night. Felt like shit. Who knows? I don't particularly like Tyson Fury. I like Anthony Joshua. And he did take the fight seriously, and he annihilated that dude. And I couldn't believe it. I mean, you know, I knew he could be beat, but I didn't know that he could be just, I mean, flat out made to look amateurish. Nah, they drug tested him. All these guys in the UFC get drug tested. I got a cafe mocha today. Wasn't very good. Yeah, they're all in the Asada pool. Yeah, I mean, you know, the first one, okay, that was like a little short downward right hand. The second one was a bit harder. And the third one, he couldn't get out of the way of that right hand. I mean, That Joshua just hit him with a, I mean, that was the most massive right hand that I've seen in a long time. And, it, you know, it was like, you looked at Joshua, and although he was lighter than Ngannou, he just looked big, and he looked strong. And when I saw his neck, I went, son of a bitch. You know, I don't know how he lost to Usyk, but, you know, I guess he did. He got beat, but I think he's getting better and better, and that fight was just, it put things back in perspective. You don't go into boxing when you're an MMA guy. And if you're a boxer, you don't go into MMA. That's it. It's as simple as that. You know? No reason to do that. The only reason to do it is money. I mean, honestly. If it's a money grab. That's it. That's the only reason you do it. And honestly, I don't want to see Conor McGregor come back. I really don't. Listen, Conor McGregor has so much money. He's been out for 3 years. He will never be the same as when he was at his peak. So I don't think it's a smart move on his part. He should just go, you know what? My leg is not healing the way that it should. I'm done. That's it. I miss competing. I love competing. You know, I'll spar, I'll do whatever, but I'm not going to fight anymore. That's what he should do. Because I think he's going to get his ass kicked when he comes back. You know, I think if he fights Michael Chandler, he's an animal. I think he's going to beat his ass, honestly. So, you know. And boxing, you got Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. I'm not sure about that one because Devin Haney is very, very talented and very skilled. And I don't know that Ryan Garcia can get past him. I don't know. We'll see. So there's a few good fights out there, and I like to watch the good ones. I don't want to watch the little rinky-dink fights. I don't have the interest in it anymore. But, you know, get some of these bigger names out there and let them fight. And I want to watch that. Now there's a fight coming up. Who is it? It's an MMA guy against a boxer. I can't remember who it is. It's supposed to be a really big fight. And then there's, of course, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. I don't know. I mean, Haney's not a real knockout artist, but he might because of the volume of punches that he throws. I'm not real excited about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. I hope Tyson flattens him in like the first round. I really hope that happens. But I mean, Tyson is smoking weed, eating mushrooms, and doing all these things. And I don't know how that lends itself to being an athlete that's on top of his game. You can say he's an animal, but pads don't hit back. You know, that's just the way it is. They don't hit back. He'll be 58 at the time when he fights. He'll be 58 years old. Now, Jake Paul is not as big as him, but he can make himself bigger. I don't think Tyson is nearly as fast as he used to be. But on the other hand, it only takes one solid punch to land. And I think he can stop Jake Paul. But I wouldn't bet on it. You know? Honestly, I don't want that fight to take place. I just don't want to see it. I really don't want to see it. Because it could be a massacre. I mean, you know, Mike Tyson might get blown out of there. Jim, what's happening? Mike Tyson might get blown out of there. You know, you don't know. And that's the scary thing, because, you know, he's got a legacy. you can say whatever you want. The fights he lost, you know, at the end of his career is basically because he wasn't dedicated. He could have been the greatest, but he's not. But he is one of the greatest simply because of the excitement that he created and the knockouts that he had and the way that he brutally knocked out people. So it'll be interesting to see, but I mean, you know, anything can happen, and July's a long way off. And I wouldn't be surprised if it gets postponed or something like that. Oh, the other one is Buakaw and Manny Pacquiao. It got postponed. I don't know, I want to see that one either, but anyway. That's what's happening. Now I'm caught up. Caught up for the week. Jim, what's going on with you? Now George Foreman in his 50s. Well, I don't think Foreman's in his 50s. I think he's in his 60s. Let me see something here. Foreman was in his like late 40s. Foreman is 75 years old. Yeah, he was born in 1949. I really like Foreman a lot. You know, I like the way that his career was. I like what he did in his career. And I do like the fact that he had a hamburger grill, the George Foreman grill. And I had one of those a long time ago. He said he never confirmed how much he earned, but they paid him $138 million in 1999 for the right to use his name. Prior to that, he was paid about 40% of the profits on each grill sold, earning him $4.5 million a month in payouts at its peak, yielding an estimated total of over $200 million just from the endorsements through 2011, substantially more than he earned as a boxer. You know, in his last fight in 1997, he lost a majority decision to Shannon Briggs. Shannon Briggs is supposed to fight Rampage Jackson, and honestly, I think Shannon Briggs is probably going to knock out Rampage Jackson. You know, I really think he will. And I like Rampage Jackson. I don't really like Shannon Briggs all that much. But, you know, it is what it is. And then if they fight in MMA, I think Rampage will kill him. Okay, thanks for the stream. Okay, off to the big smoke on the BTS. Well, have fun. Sales still ongoing, yes. Wife heading out of town for several days. Then next month we have a few roadies. Yeah, I've got a lot of roadies coming up. I've got a lot of travel coming up. As long as I can handle it. But there is the trip to Europe, and I'm just waiting for everything to come together, and you know, and that's it. But I do believe we'll go to France and Greece and maybe Albania. I don't know, which is really different. But like I was saying the other day, you know, traveling in Southeast Asia for me has got a bit boring. I mean, you know, if you think about it, I've been streaming for 11 years, and even before then, I was traveling through Southeast Asia. I mean, I traveled a lot more before I ever started streaming. And so, you know, I've been around Southeast Asia a lot, and I'm just not excited about it anymore. Indonesia is the one exception. I can go to Indonesia and probably get excited. I could go to Bali. I could go to some of the islands. I could get a little bit excited about it. Maybe Myanmar, but I'm not really into it right now. So that leaves Europe. And Africa, and You know, if I'm going to Africa, I would probably go to like Kenya or Tanzania or South Africa, Mozambique, somewhere like that. And maybe that'll be next year. I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe next year. But this year, Europe is the big thing to do. So I think that's what's going to happen. Gonna watch Clear twice in about a 3-week stretch. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, honestly, Jim, it's good. It's good you get to go see it. If you're into that, you know. Anyway. I still say my all-time favorite band in Thailand is Loso. It's just my all-time favorite band, and there's no way any other group can top it. I like, what is it? Stone Metal Fire or something like that. I forget what it is, but I like them a lot. And you know, I'm not into any one thing right now. I'm into multitude of things. So if I hear a good song, I go, oh, that's Clear. Oh, that's Loso. Oh, great. Then I go on to the next thing, you know? Anyway. Thanks everybody for joining me. I appreciate it. She's apparently appearing about 3 kilometers from my house for the first time. That seats about 3 tables from us. Well, that's good. Anyway, like I said, appreciate everybody coming in today and watching. Appreciate all the comments. Appreciate the donations. I appreciate everything. Really, I do. Thanks a whole lot. Makes my day. And I'm going to go home, honestly. I'm going to go home and just chill and rest. Hopefully I can go out somewhere on Friday. But I gotta gather my energy and try to get back healthy again. I haven't been going to the gym. It's been bumming me out. You know, I need to go, and I just don't feel like I can go. Yeah, I like them. I like them a lot. They're pretty good. You know, but on the scale of importance to me now, these kind of things they're just not that important anymore. You know. Hey, thanks a lot, Joe. You take it easy. You know what's important now? Honestly, my kids, my wife. I hate to say it. My family. You know, what we do together. These are the most important things. I mean, you know, we listen to our music, and I like some Thai music, and I can get into it. But all in all, I mean, you know, I got a very diverse life, thankfully. But today, I'm going to go back and lay on the sofa. All right? So thanks again, everybody, and I guess I will talk to you all later. All right? Probably Friday. How can I do this without... You can never... There. All right, I'll see you guys later. See you later, Jim. Take it easy. And have fun at those shows.